just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and just thank everybody. I am so happy. Let's Talk to podcast is back. We took a little break, but we're back now. So I just want to I got so much stuff coming up. So much stuff coming up. As y'all know, my son event is August the 28th. We will be celebrating his memorial in Branchville Park, which they named the kids' playground after him. It's called the Shaquille Williams Playground. So I'm excited about that. That will be, and I'm looking for vendors. Vendors only $25. $25, but y'all have to bring your own tables and chairs. And they're gonna be in Newark, New Jersey. If y'all don't know, it's Newark, New Jersey at Branford Park, August the 28th. Inbox me, message me, send me an email if y'all willing to be a vendor. If y'all have some products y'all want to sell. One second, I'm just trying to bring my guests in. I already is Abby, if you listening, I already sent you an invite, so you just gotta connect with it and click on it if you listening to this show, because the invite already sent to you. I hope you got it. Yeah. So I got so much stuff going. Y'all know the new anthology is out. I will survive. I survived my past, and I just want to just thank y'all. My husband, he wrote a short story in that book called Hood Chronicle. He wrote a short story in that book called Hood Chronicle. Abby, I see you. He wrote a short story in a book called Hood Chronicle. I want everybody to get out there and get that book. It's called I Survived My Past, Looking Forward Towards My Future. We're going to bring another member of Charche Publishing on board. One second. If y'all have any comments, and you know the drill. If you have any comments, please mark the comment down. I might can't get to everybody's comments if y'all want to ask our question, but I will get to those who want me to ask Abby something. Or she can see the comments herself, so she might answer them on her own. So let's bring her on. I'm ready. I'm ready. Abby, you should be coming on in a minute. Connected. Hello.
Hello, okay. Am
I
I
can't hear
okay?
you.
Okay, I don't know what
Make
happened.
sure your mute is up.
Yeah,
You're not on mute.
no, I'm not on mute.
Say something.
Hello.
Hello? No, I can't hear you. Let me see. Try what you got on? You got your you on your computer, your phone.
I'm going to use my phone because I don't.
Make sure it's unmuted.
Yeah, it's on mute.
Say something. You can hear me? Could you hear me?
I was not hearing you before, but I'm hearing you now.
You sound low. It sound like I can. Could you hear me?
Yes.
You low. You real low. I can hear
Okay.
you, but you low. You gotta turn your volume up.
It's on. Do you want me to shut
Huh?
down and do you want me to shut down and come up again?
Okay, I hear you. I got you. I hear you. Yes.
Okay, but can you see me?
Yes, I see you.
Or maybe I should. Uh,
Turn your phone around. Yes. 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 You did. That's perfect. Just move your phone down a little bit so we can see your face
okay, is that okay?
and turn it
But
around because you sideways. Turn it. Yeah. Keep it like that. Turn it back a little bit. Yeah, like that. Keep it like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, just like that. Perfect. It's perfect. Yes,
Maybe
just like
is
that.
that okay like that?
Yeah, that's okay. It's
Oh,
okay.
and
It's
you can
okay.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I can. Perfect. So I want to thank you for being on Let's Talk To podcast. And for
Okay.
those who don't know, I call her Abby. She's going to tell y'all her name and she's going to tell y'all a little bit about herself. but she signed to Charche Publishing with her first book out. So could you let my audience know a little bit about you?
Okay, hello everyone, and good evening. And I really want to thank Chanel for inviting me this evening. This is like my first show live, and I'm excited, and at the same time, I'm just happy. So I want to say hello and thank you for coming to watch us this evening. And I hope that everything we are going to say today will bless everyone. And my name is Abiola Olojo, naturally from Nigeria, but now resides in United States for over 25 years now, almost 30 years I've been here. And this is an exciting time for me, just to put something that is of value out there to bless humanity, to bless people in the world. So I'm really grateful. So I think that's who I am for now. Maybe
Okay, and
when I'm relaxed, then I'll be able to tell you more about myself.
oh yes, because I'm about to make you relax because you ain't mentioned that
Okay.
you was an author now.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah, this is her first interview. She's a brand new author with her first book. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But do you feel like an author? Do you feel like you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish?
Um, I don't. Even if you call an author now, I'm not going to answer because I don't know if I'm one yet. I will forget that I'm one. But maybe if you tap me the second time and say, Abby, you are an author, then I'll say, okay, yay. So I'm blessed to be called an author because to me, being an author is like you're giving out something to the world. You want to bless someone, and I just want my book to be a blessing to the whole world. So yeah, I'm an author, and I've just started, and I know I'm going to write many more books.
Okay, now. So let me ask you a question. What made you start writing in the first place?
Um, well, I've been trying to put this piece of book together for the past 2 years, or a little bit after 2 years. When my husband, my husband was sick for a long time, and I was praying that God, I just wanted to give him healing. I was hoping for total healing, but it didn't happen that way. God took it to another level, and God, called him home. So when he
Oh, sorry to
passed,
hear that.
yeah, thank you. So when he passed, my dream was shattered because he was a very good man, a God-fearing man, a very good father to the children, and very good husband. And all I know about him was, connected to God. Like he was, a man after God's heart. So, and I was hoping that he will survive the sickness, but he didn't.
Mm.
So, and I said, I'm going to write something about him that will stay for eternity, so that anybody that picks up the book, they will remember him. And so I decided to write something about him. to tell my story and to put him in the story so that he will not be forgotten. And that's number one. Then number two is that since I went through that situation, it was a very tough situation, losing a loved one. It was something that somebody that was very close to you. It wasn't easy for me. I was so devastated and I thought my life has ended. So along the line, I picked myself up because that's why I gave the title Life in God's Hands. Because I rested, I just put everything on God's hands because I didn't know where to turn to. So, and then, with the children, we were all devastated. So I said, okay, since I could pick myself up from this kind of situation, that means there will be hope for other people that
Right.
might go through the same situation or that are already in the same situation or something related, like any trials, any troubles, any, unpleasant situation that anybody might be going through. I said, I know it's pain. There's pain in all those things that I just mentioned. So I said, let me write something that will give other people hope so that they can stand on my shoulder and see that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So they won't have to go through the pain so much the way I went through it. So it will be easy for them because I want to channel them through knowing God and putting all their cares in the hands of God. So that is number two, why I wrote the book. Then the third thing that made me write the book was that I know that when you write a book, when you put your experience or the situation you go through in a book, you will never be forgotten. Anytime somebody picks the book, they will remember you. Your name will be ringing, and they will say, "Oh, this person is the one that blessed me." So I that is one of the things that made me to write the book. And then the last one, if I'm here in United States, I cannot be to many countries that they need the solution that is in the book. This book is going to travel far and beyond and bless humanity. So I will be here and my book will be blessing people in Africa, in Europe, in any part of the world. So it will travel far than how I can travel. So and there's so many other reasons, that made me to write the books.
And I'm so happy that you said that because you claiming it. You claiming your book gonna be in Africa, your book gonna be London, your book gonna be and that's what a lot of people, they don't claim, they don't believe. You understand what I'm saying? So if you believe it and you claim it, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So all you gotta do is you gotta claim and you can believe. And from your husband passing away, my condolences to you of that
Thank
because,
you.
and I understand where you're going at with the book because my son passed away from cancer at the age of 12. And my first
Sorry
book,
to hear that.
and my first book was about him going through the trials and the tribulations fighting cancer, leukemia. He had leukemia. So I understand. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just that when I wrote my book, I had to relive it. So when you was writing this book dedicated to your husband, I know you had to relive stuff that you didn't want to relive. Did that happen to you?
Yes, sure.
And how did you continue on writing it? Because I'm sure you stopped a lot of times and then picked back up the pen.
Yeah. First of all, I have someone who is who has been very helpful to me. That's one of my sons. His name is Dr. Samuel. Um, so
Bam.
he's been very, very helpful, and he has been, on top of me. Anytime I, gave up and I say I don't want to do anymore, I'm tired, I'm just frustrated, I'm going through the pain again. He will be like, if you don't complete it, then you're not, there's no testimony for you. So when you start something, make sure you complete it.
And
And I know that, that is the truth. So I just, because of what the book is going to do in people's life, that kept me going. That made me to say, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to
Right.
make sure that people read what is in this book. Because during the death of my husband, when I was grieving, the grieving period, I did so many things that, I wasn't supposed to be doing, like making some decision, um, and some other major decisions that I made that were wrong because I wasn't myself, at that time. I was
Yeah.
just I was just being vulnerable. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I said, since I'm able to to understand and come out of this, I want to help other people so that they won't have to fall into that problem. So those are the things that kept me going, and I just want to thank God that He made it possible.
Right.
And I have what is called life in God's hands today.
Right. And that's the title of her book, Life in God's Hand. Um, Arthur. I'm calling you Arthur Abbey because that's your title now. That's your new
Okay.
title.
All
Arthur
right.
Abbey. So 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 was this you said you wanted to write your book since your husband passed away. You want to, you want the world to read your story. Maybe you can help others. So, as a little girl, have you ever wanted to write a book, or you just started wanting to write a book after your husband passed?
Um, I never thought. Normally I thought when you say somebody's an author, that person is a professor of English. I think they are, somebody special.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just never imagined myself in that category. It has never come to my mind. I didn't even know that can be possible. So
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of it. Never.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I know that when we are going through trials, when we are going through troubles in life, God has a purpose for it. And
Mm-hmm.
there is a plan.
Yes.
I didn't know that in myself, I have something major that needs to be birthed, that needs to be
Mm-hmm.
given to the world. I didn't know. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I
Wow.
can come on this show. I'm not that kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
So these trials or this the problem that I went through has given me the opportunity to lift higher, to walk
Mm-hmm.
in my purpose. Because I
Mm-hmm.
know, you asked me if I'd ever thought of it. I know within me that I'm supposed to bless my generation.
Right.
And I'm a compassionate person. And I know that anywhere I am, people see me as somebody who blesses people. But I didn't know how to work it out. I didn't know it
Mm-hmm.
could be in form of writing a book that many people are going to read and it will bless their lives. So I'm just so happy that I'm not. I'm not going to say, it's not that I'm not remorse about the death of my husband, but I
Mm-hmm.
just want to thank God for working with me through it to bring out
Right.
that is in me. And you know,
God gave you that strength. Because
yes,
without God, you wouldn't have had that strength to write the book or complete your book.
yes,
So, and I felt that way too when I wrote my son book. You know, I stopped, I paused, I cry, I stop, I paused, I cry. But then I was like, like you feel, it's gonna help somebody. I'm not the only one that lost a child. You're not the only one that lost a husband. You understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So together, by writing that book and telling your story, I guarantee you, you're going to inspire somebody. Because when I first wrote my book, so many people were sending me emails, sending me inboxes and everything. And at that time, I felt like I was alone. You know, like I was alone, like this was the only thing, like nobody ever never lost a child before. That's how I felt at the time. And then when I started getting these emails and stuff, I was like, wow. You know, like a lady son drowned in a pool. And she wrote me, was like, thank you for writing this book. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, wow. That's when I noticed I started touching people. And the same gonna happen to you because you're doing it for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? You're doing it to
Yeah.
touch other people's hearts, and you're doing it. You're not just doing it to do it. You're doing it for a reason. And I want to just thank you for signing with Charche Publishing Company, and
You're
more books to
welcome.
come.
Yeah.
More books to come.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for taking care of me and just enduring with me throughout the
yes,
um
I try. I just try to make my clients happy. That's all I want is a happy client. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I want
mhm.
is happiness. And to get your book out, of course, to publish your book. So your book is out in a way. So it's called, tell them your title of your book again.
Life in God's hands.
Her first book, ladies and gentlemen. This is her first book, and I'm proud of her because she completed her book. Most authors, I had one author that on one client that been writing for 20 years.
Wow.
20 years, you know, and sometimes people need that push. Like you said, your son really gave you that push. You understand what I'm saying? Because you ain't wanted to complete it, and he gave you that push. A lot of people need that push. You the first time author. What would you tell somebody who trying to get their books out and feel like they can't do it? What would your advice be to them?
Yeah, I will let them know that why are they writing the book? What is motivating them? So if you have something that is motivating you, why don't you go for it? Why don't you um forget about the whatever is the challenges that is holding you
Mm-hmm.
bound, and just go for the reason why you are writing the book? Because if there is a purpose for something, that thing, it will always drives you to accomplish that thing. So I would
Yeah.
say that if you have abandoned any book or any project in life, that you should go back to it, because it is possible. It is possible. If you need grace, the Bible says we should ask. If we need wisdom, it said we should ask. And if you do all those things, God is able to help you to accomplish that you have started. So don't give up. Never give up, because if you give up, you won't have a testimony and you won't have a story
Mm-hmm.
to show to the world.
And that is the truth. And I try to tell everybody all the time, like, you have to continue with your journey. You can't, if you climbing up the ladder, you can't stop in the middle of the ladder because you ain't gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be either on top or on the bottom. What you gonna stop in the middle for? You got to keep on climbing to reach the top. And that's what I
Mhm.
tell everybody, that don't give up on your dreams, don't give up on your goals, because it's gonna happen. But you know what? You got to put 100%. You can pray to God all you want to, but you got to show some type of action. He just ain't gonna say, okay, Abby, you prayed that you want a book out, and he gonna give you a book. He wanna know, what is you doing? What is your purpose to get the book out? What is you doing to get the book? You know, you just laying in the bed saying you want a book. You understand what I'm
No,
saying?
yeah, and I want to say that, because of what you just said now, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said something should be driving them to not give up. And
Yeah.
and hard work is part of what should not that should make them to write the book, because yeah, if you're
Yeah.
not hardworking, you have to, like, this is what I experienced. You can't sleep when you want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just dictate to, I mean, you don't listen to the dictate of what your body is saying. You have to remember why you want to write the book and keep going. So you have to be hardworking, you have to be persistent, you have to be, up and doing research, if because at the time I'm like stuck in chapter 2, and I said, I don't have anything to say anymore. I just want to tell the story of my husband. And then
Mm-hmm.
my son said, now go to the library, go and get some books related to what you are writing,
Mm-hmm.
put them together. So you can research, in the line of what you are writing about. That will bring
Right.
more insights and understanding so that you'll be able to complete what you are doing.
Yeah, and it's called research. All you have to do is like research. But as I tell, I done helped a lot of people, focus on getting a book out. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to give 100%. And it's good to do your research. I tell everybody to do your research, but you still have to work hard at it. You understand what I'm saying? You can't give
Mm-hmm.
up. If I'm giving, like I'm helping you, Abby, if I'm helping you and I'm putting 200% and you ain't doing nothing, what am I helping you for? You understand what I'm saying? What's the
Mm-hmm.
reason for help? I got to see that you trying to do something for yourself. Like you did. You was a hard worker. We talked on the phone. We contact each other, and I contact you. I inbox you or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So because sometimes people need that push. But the point is that you have to put 100% in your brand. That's
Yes,
your brand. You're an author now. You understand what I'm saying?
yes,
Now, what is next for you? What you gonna do next? You have to start promoting your book. You have to go do book signing. It's a lot of work. Just because you wrote the book, it don't stop there. It don't stop there. Now you try. Now you got to sell your brand. You understand what I'm saying? Now
yeah,
you
I
have to
do.
sell your brand. So you
Yeah,
got to go places. You got to have book signings. You got to go to venues, and you got to get your name out there so people can know. I call her Abby, y'all, so people can know Abby. Oh, Abby wrote this book. Abby, and me and you talk behind the scenes, and you got to do what you got to do.
yes,
Hard work pays off. Trust me,
yes,
hard
yes.
work does pay off, and you got to put in the work. That's the only key. You can't be lazy and slouchy trying to write a book.
Mhm. That's
you
true.
gotta you gotta write. You gotta do what you gotta do if you want that book out. And then to promote the book, you gotta do what you gotta do to promote that book. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody
Yeah,
gonna knock on your door and say, I would like to buy your book. You gotta go
yeah.
out into the world. So now that you're an author, and yes, I'm gonna keep calling you author. Now that you're an author, what you think what you think is gonna be your next step?
My next step is just what you just advised, to make sure that I get the book out so that I won't have to let the book be dusted on the shelf. Um, um, so that it can serve its purpose, which is to bless people going through any sorts of challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that before I completed this book, many other ideas were coming, many other thoughts were coming. And I want to continue to go to the next step to see that whatever people are going through, that this first book is not that I didn't, cover. I want to face that challenge and see if I can be of help in that area also. So I'm going to, one, start promoting the book to make sure that it gets to everywhere, anybody that needs to read it, and then go to the next step to see in what way I can help many more people.
Now that you've written your book and you got it on paper, are you prepared to tell your story by speaking? And what I mean by speaking, like going to places and speaking and telling your story through your mouth instead of your book.
Yeah, I'm going to tell people about my book. I believe in, mouth to mouth. It works because I've seen it work in other sector of, other areas. So I'm going to do that. But I don't know, maybe you mean a public speaker, because I
Yeah, but
don't
public
really,
speaking, speaking engagement, yes.
yeah, I don't really see myself in that. But one
Stop
thing
that. Don't
about
say
me,
that.
yeah, one thing about
You can't
me
say
is
that.
that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. One thing about me is that I always try new things. I have the mindset of trying new things and
Mm-hmm.
giving myself, just to challenge myself and see. Like writing this book, I never thought it's something that is going to be possible. But because I'm always challenging myself, and I try new things. When my husband passed, I never swim in my life. I started swimming. I started traveling. I don't travel. I started travel. So
Mm-hmm.
I always try to do new things. So I'm not going to say never, okay? I'm not going to say never. I'm just going to
That's
give it a
right.
try.
Let
And
me.
whatever is going to take me to have that, the enablement or the ability, I will
Ability to do.
acquire. Yeah.
Right, right. And let me tell you this. I never thought that I would be speaking. I never thought. One day I wrote on Facebook, I wanted to tell, it was time for me to tell my son's story. I done written a book, I done written several books, but now I wanted to speak it out my mouth. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted to tell the story, tell the world out my mouth. So I wanted to have a women's empowerment, which I did have several of them. I wanted to have a women's empowerment. I posted on Facebook, I'm ready to tell my story. Is anybody looking for anyone to speak? I'm available. So I
Okay.
got several inboxes. This what happened. I got several inboxes messaging, and it was like, Chanel, why are you asking people to speak at their event? Give your own event. Give your own event. So this year was my 4th year of having my women's empowerment event. In my first
Wow.
year, I never thought I was going to speak, just like you. Thank you. I never thought I was going to speak. I had a lady called me and was like, Chanel, the only way I speak at your event if you tell your story about your son and you speak. And I was scared. My first speaking engagement was in Newark at the women's correctional center. My first ever speaking engagement. And I didn't know what to talk about. I talked about my son passing away. The audience, they had tears in their eyes. I was nervous as a rat. I was so nervous because this is my first one. I said, I got to get out there. I got to put my big women drawers on and I got to do what I got to do. You understand what I'm saying? And the
Mhm.
lady, and guess what? The lady from the jail, she contacted me because she seen my post on Facebook. She's
Wow.
seen that's why I said you never know who's watching you on Facebook. Just because they don't comment or they don't leave something, that don't mean that you're not being seen. You understand what I'm saying? She
Mhm.
contacted me through my email and asked me, do I want to come speak at the women's faculty, correctional
Wow.
faculty in Newark. And, excuse me, and I did it. I was scared. I was scared, Abby. I was so nervous and I was so scared. But something was, and it was God. I'm not even going to say something. It was God. telling me to go out there and tell my story. You wanted this, Charnel. You wanted to tell your story. So now it's the time to tell your story. And I went and I told my story. Now, ever since then, this year was my 4th annual, and next year going to be my 5th. And I'm going to keep this cycle going. So next year, you might be speaking at my event. Your story, telling your story. You understand?
Okay.
So, and that's why I'm saying, never say never. Never. I never knew I was going to have a publishing company. I never knew. I got probably like 12 books out. I never knew I was going to have all them books. I never knew that I was going to have all these clients that I had. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So never and can't, that's not even in my vocabulary. I don't even say the word can't. I don't say sorry. I don't say can't. And never, no. So we have to learn how to take them words out of our vocabulary. You understand what I'm saying? And focus on moving towards. Like you want to speak because next year I'm putting you down on my list. You understand what I'm saying?
It's good that
I'm putting you down. Because I feel as though everybody needs to share their story and put their story out there. Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Your story, my story, the people who listen to stories, everybody in the whole world got a story. It goes on how you present your story. You know, some people don't want, you ever heard of this? Some people don't want people knowing their stories. You know why? Because they say they don't want everybody in their business. They don't want everybody in their business. But sometimes you have to tell your story to help others. How you going to help others if you don't tell your story?
Yes.
And that's amazing what you did. That's amazing what you did. You told your story so you can help others. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And you're going to continue on doing it. You know, it's no stopping. You can't look back now. Now, the only way to move is to move forward.
Yeah. And I would say that I'm such a person that I'm a compassionate person, like I told you before. And I think that is one of the things that always propel me to want to, you know, help people. Naturally, like I said, I'm not I'm conservative. Like I just keep to myself most of the time. But since I know that this will help people, I have to do it. And yeah, I have to do it. And I don't care. I don't have anything to hide because Christ, that I follow, my Lord and my Master, did not hide anything to give me life, eternal life. He did not hide anything. He went on that cross naked and he bore the shame. Okay. So if it's going to help people, I'll do it. I'll try and I'll do it. Like I told you, remember I told you I'm going to try when you asked me to come on this show. And so, and I think I'm trying. So
you did it. You did it. You know, you did it. You know, all you got to do is try. You understand what I'm saying? You did it. You on the show. Don't you feel comfortable? You comfortable? You ain't nervous no more. See, you did it.
Yeah. So, and one other thing that I want to say is that because I know that, you know, when it comes to people, I can go to any length. After my husband passed, I you know, I felt what my children went through without father. So I made up in my mind that I'm going to take care of any orphan. So that made me to have a foundation. And yeah, that, but it's in Africa, in Nigeria. We have a lot of people, children that need parents. So I tried to, I adopted some of them, and you know, using my husband and you know the foundation to take care of them in a little way that you know I can with my children. We collaborate to do that. So that's why I said if it's something that will help people, I'll try. I'll give it a try.
That's good. That's good because all you can do is try. And for those who don't know and just tuned in, this is her first book that she written, and she's gonna write more. She ain't stopping. You know, you ain't stopping. So she's gonna continue on writing. So I just want to ask you because I know you gotta go. Is there any last words that you want to say to the people that are listening or in the world period?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just want people to know that problems is not or any challenges that we might be going through is not the end of our lives, and that we are not alone. You are not alone, like Chanel just said. And when she wrote the book, she thought she was the only person going through that, but late after many people read the book, they were contacting her. So that means you are not alone. It's because you're not reaching out or people are not reaching out to you doesn't mean you are alone. So don't keep yourself in that box. Don't suffer
Right.
alone. Read a book like Chanel's book. I don't know the title.
It's
Your
called
book.
On What Do a Mother Do, the Shaquille Williams story.
Wow. So you can read a
Mm-hmm.
book like that. It's going to help you. You can read a book like my book, Life in God's Hands. Is going to help you. It's going to give you a solution to the problems. It doesn't matter. My book doesn't even covers only about the problems. It covers
Mm-hmm.
after the problem. How can you continue your life?
Mm-hmm.
That there's life after the situation. It's not the end of life. So I want everyone to know that, don't suffer in silence. Read books, because these books are somebody's experience that has gone for a while, like years, and the person put it together for you. You can just read it for 2-3 days. That's a blessing. So
Mm-hmm.
just open your mind and just put everything in God's hands, because when you have God, it's easier. Life is more easier to
Mm-hmm.
live, and it's more peaceful and enjoyable, because even the Lord, I'm a Christian, and that's why I just talk about Christ. Even Christ himself went through a lot while he was on earth, but because of why, he was looking at the crown. Okay, he didn't let the problem of going to the cross to overwhelm the crown. So don't let your problem overwhelm the promises of God for your life, the
Mm-hmm.
plan of God for your life.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think if you do that, then you will be liberated. You will have
Mm.
peace, and then you can move forward in life. You don't have to stand in between the ladder, like Chanel said.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and that is so true. And that's what I just had a lady that sent me her manuscript, and I told her, she had a good manuscript, and I told her, you don't have to sign with me. You don't have to sign with me, but get that book out there. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get your book out there. And she wrote me back, was like, oh my gosh, Chanel, you told me that even if I said I don't want to sign with you, yes, because I'm gonna encourage you to write and get your book and get your story told. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care if you don't sign with me or not, but you got a good story, and that good story needs to be written in a book. And I told her that. She was so surprised that I said that. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, that's
So
good.
yeah, so it's just that, you send me your manuscript, and if you don't, you haven't forced ideas like, I don't know, my cousin said I shouldn't write the book now, or such and such said it's not my time. Only God knows when's your time. How somebody gonna tell you it's not your time to write your book? You understand what I'm saying? No man can tell you that. Only the man upstairs can tell you that. You
Yes.
understand? So, and I had to tell a lady that don't listen to, and I apologize, don't listen to your husband, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. It's your time when you feel it's your time. Don't
Yeah.
let them tell you when it's your time to write your book. But I want to thank you for being a guest on my show. And I wanted to, do you want to say anything to anybody, like family? Do you want to, we call them shout out. Do you want to say hi to somebody or or anything before I let
Well,
you go?
um, first of all, I'm going to say thank you to Dr. Samuel Oweye. He was very supportive. He was with me throughout from the day one to the end of this book. So he made it possible. He won't allow me to say no. So I just want to say thank you to him. And then my children, they were always there when I need spelling, grammar. If the grammar is too big, I call on them. They help me out. They have been so helpful. And then I want to say thank you to a man that, I'm sorry, can you still hear me?
Yes, I
Okay.
can hear you.
I want to say a thank you to a man by name Sunday Adelaja. Um, he's been the one that, you know, that encouraged me to love God more and to
Mm,
carry myself as a personality, to carry myself as, don't give up because you lose somebody. You still have a life. So I got
mm,
that from his messages, and that, helped me to be able to form myself to say, no, I'm not giving up. I'm not going to die because my husband passed away. I still have something to give to the world. So
mm.
I just want to say thank you to him and to my siblings. They are so wonderful. They have been there for me throughout the journey. They backed me up. They call on me to check on me to make sure everything is okay. I just want to thank the Miss Chanel's company.
Oh, thank you. Sashay Publishing.
Yeah, Share Publisher. Yeah, you were so amazing because sometimes I would be like, why did you say that? What did you, but you were like, explain everything to me. You asked me, go back, go and check, So that's so encouraging. And that's a sign of a good leader, actually, So
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you. And I know that everything to, work together for good to them that love God.
Thank you so much. And y'all, I just want y'all to say, y'all gonna go get her book. Tell the name of the title of your book again.
Life in God's hands.
And she don't have a website yet. She working on it, right? Abby, you
Yes,
working on your website. So she
yes, I
working
am.
on her own website. So her book gonna be on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, everywhere. And then you can get them your outlets that you on. If somebody want to contact you, how can they contact you?
Yeah, they can contact me on Facebook um, and Instagram, but now I'm still only on Facebook.
Okay. And what's your name on Facebook? What's your name on Facebook?
It's Abiola Olojo.
Okay. Yeah, she said for now she just on Facebook, but she's dealing with Charnel now. So she's gonna be on Twitter pretty soon. She's gonna be on Instagram pretty soon, and she's gonna be on LinkedIn pretty soon. So we're gonna promote her book. Okay. So just for now, she's on Facebook. So she got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. I call it we because we are a team. You understand what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
have a lot of work to do. And I want to thank you again for signing with Charche Publishing. Your first book, y'all go get her book. Support her. Support her. It's important. She's a first-time author. We have to support our first-time authors. I was a first-time author. Whoever listening might be a first-time author. We have to support one another because guess what, Abby? If we don't support one another, who wants to support us? We have to. It's a must. We have to, especially in the Black community. we have to support one another. So
Yeah.
y'all gonna go get her book, and I'm gonna keep y'all updated with her because she's got a lot to do. She got a lot to do, and she going through it. Y'all gonna see her out there. Y'all will be seeing her out there. And I want to thank you again, Abby, for coming on this show,
Thank you
for
for having
being
me.
a part of Charche Publishing, for coming on the show, and for letting people know the reason behind your story that you wrote in your book.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. And anybody who want to write a book, y'all know Charche Publishing is waiting. We waiting to get your book out there, your stories out there. So don't wait too long. Thank you, Abby. Me and you going to talk soon.
Okay.
And good night and enjoy. Enjoy the
Thank
rest of
you.
your evening, okay?
You too.
Thank
You
you.
too. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. And for tuning in. And you don't forget, if you got a book or you know somebody who want to write a book, Charche Publishing, yes, we get the job done. Thank you. And don't forget, August the 28th, Newark, New Jersey, Branchville Park, our 15th annual Shaquille Williams Memorial Fund. That was my son. For those who don't know, he passed away from cancer, and they named the kids park, Branchville Park in Newark, New Jersey, after him. It's called the Shaquille Williams Playground. We're looking for vendors. Vendors, $25. Y'all can't beat that. Bring your own table and your chair. Come on, y'all. Let's celebrate. It's a celebration. August the 28th, Branchville Park in Newark, New Jersey. Be there. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good night. Bye.